I want to go back to the routine you said 3 times a day. We were talking about for the dementia patients, I'm sure, but for everybody who wants to enhance their brain fitness. So you're saying in the morning, do one of the AM routines or wake up sessions, and then midday, when you're going through the 2 p.m. slump, maybe do the brain fitness. And then you want to do a third one around what time?
The third one, usually people listen right before they go to sleep. So when people go, how much time does it take? It doesn't take any time. Just reach over, press play, go to sleep. Because our delta sessions start out at a beta frequency, which is around 14 cycles per second, because we should be calming down by then, hopefully. And then it's going to slowly take them down and drop them off actually at a 0.5. And it's just going to leave them there. So we're going to do a lot of delta training. Like some people will they'll trick out their bio straps or their aura rings, because if you do we have a 60-minute deep delta training, and it will actually score 60 minutes of deep sleep. When people so they'll trick their device, instead of doing it the correct way. But what we know for sleep is you need at least 2 hours of deep sleep and 2 to 3 hours of REM sleep to really make those neurotransmitters. Most people don't realize during sleep is the only time your brain detoxes. There's a system of the body that's called the glial lymphomic system that before 2015, if you look at the physiology books, there's no lymphatic system above the neck. Because it only turns on during level 4 sleep. So once you get level 4 sleep, it starts to detox. They call them delta burst. So it does this micro cleaning that happens. They wrote about it in American Scientific in 2016 in the March article there. And it's super incredible when you read about it. Now most every neuroscientist is talking about the glial lymphomic system because they didn't know how to clean the brain. How do we get the brain clean? So we have to have that deep sleep. So once you have that deep sleep, your body builds up those neurotransmitters. You wake up in the morning, you should be energized. So the morning sessions are only 10 minutes. You shouldn't have to relax. Hopefully you had a good night's sleep. They're meant to energize your nervous system. The middle of the day is meant to reboot your nervous system. And the ones at night are meant to calm down the nervous system to put it into a state of sleep.
I am curious though, at night, I've tried it because the light that's shining in my eyes, it just feels a little bit more activating.
10% of the people can't do it at night. They just do it with the earphones.
I see.
The whole reason is the photic energy. You are getting energy, but it does take energy to sleep. So as long as you're eating properly and, some people don't have enough energy to sleep. You measure their brain, like they can't sleep because their body knows you've got to get up and get some energy going, because the brain takes a lot of energy. And especially if you just watch TV or we're under dirty lights and you're all keyed up and then you try to go in and lay down and go to sleep, that kind of energy doesn't calm you down. So yeah, some people do, like even my wife, Cynthia, she can't do it at night after 6 o'clock because she just is too high strung, I guess.
That's interesting. I have no trouble falling asleep. So, but then I've seen in my clinic people who have a great deal of trouble falling asleep, have, chronic insomnia. And with that light shining in their eyes, they relax and then they can fall asleep. So that's pretty remarkable. So that means just our brains are all set up very differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it at shows when somebody says, I don't know if that'll work, I have insomnia or whatever, and then we have to wake them up after they've done 2 sessions. Because the whole thing is about the nervous system gets locked. When you're stressed out, it gets stuck. We call it sympathetic escape. So when the nervous system, it's like they're in there fighting a battle, but nobody sees it out here. It's all going on in here. And so, but as soon as we can liberate, I tell people it's not always your psychology. It could be your physiology too. So that's why you got to work on both of them. You can't just do one without the other. So, but if you're over time, the stress builds up, like what's happened over the last 2 years. They know a neuroscientist would say our brain shrinks 3/4 of an inch just with a year of stress. So I wonder what happened to all these people that didn't do anything about their brain fitness during this time, because if you just relied on the news, your brain's really fried, because there's no sunshine there.